So this is going to be another part of the radio, the 1920s radio that I did the horn speaker for. Oh, it's sitting this way. So as they had back then, they were battery powered. So I 3D printed and I designed the box in Tinkercad and printed it out on my Bamboo printer. Created the label, Ever Ready Radio Battery label. It's going to hold the battery for the amplifier and the little battery pack. I wanted it to be easy to take out, so I created this bottom, and that will screw in. So now I have to put the hot glue the battery holder onto that. I'll have to extend these wires because I need to be able to pull this out enough to change the battery. So I'm going to add some wire onto these to the battery. So let's. Yep, you are on. All right, that's that stuff hardens quick. I just bought this hot glue gun. It came with some glue sticks, and it really holds on very quickly. All right. So, that's probably more than enough. I'll solder that and put a little heat shrink over it. And then I'll hot glue it down as a strain relief, probably. So what we do with all these props is in our main channel, our ASMR channel, we do all types of vintage videos. All right, that'll work. And so I just like making props to go along with the videos. We'll research whatever topic we're doing. You know, 30s, 40s detectives, that sort of thing. And make props to go along. Like this radio will be in our detective's office in the background. Some of the props are just very in the background. Don't hardly see them. Some are more prominent. I'm going to have a tiny wire for this big thing, but I needed that. Let's see if I can put some solder on this. And then I'll, instead of crimping it, because there's just no way of crimping that little tiny wire. Alright, I have the two connectors soldered onto the wire. This is going to be treacherous. I have to get this down in that little hole at the bottom. Come on now. All right, got one. Need tinier hands, I guess. And I bought these brass knurled knobs to put on top. Looks more authentic. And that's positive. Let's put the negative one on. Well, that one went in a lot easier. Alright. So I did put a little too much wire for this. And we'll that'll be enough. Maybe a little bit more. Put a big glob of hot glue on there. That's going to take a little while to harden. Alright, so now before I put this together, let me put this battery in there. And test this. Perfect. And I didn't wire it backwards. How about that? 4.1 volts. All right. Now for the last part, I have to glue this in. That's kind of precarious. Not sure. Let's see. All right, perfect. This little screw in there. There we go. And vintage battery. Check one more time because I'm paranoid. .1 volts. All right. So, if any of you guys that have vintage radios that need batteries, this would be a way to make a battery for it that would, you know, with modern insides, modern batteries inside. I mean, some of those old radios needed 45 volts, 90 volts, I believe 60. Just make a larger battery box to hold, I don't know what you'd put in there to add it all up. 9-volt batteries, bunch of AA's. That would be crazy. Or some of these batteries, they would last a long, long time. Anyway, that's this. And tomorrow we'll tackle the MP3 player in the radio, and that'll be our put it all together, and it hopefully works. So we'll see you next time.